that this was eventually going to happen. Hi, here we are. That Rich, it's movies. Who cares? What happens when there's a studio? What happens if Sony themselves goes out of business one day, or Microsoft? It can I don't care how much money the companies have in the bank. It could happen. What'll happen then?
I just peed in my basement.
You're just gonna pee in your basement and. you're going to lose all the shit that you bought or licensed. I know that's technically what it is. I know the fanboys tomorrow will be like, Rich, it's licensed. Get over it. So I see more super chats. Oh, wow. It went from 0 super chats to not 0 super chats. Jordan is proof of Joe. I already. Yo, Rich, you see that movie? Yes. So thank you. That is major. Like, it was more so don't take this personally. I didn't believe you because that's so ridiculous. You know, people are going to say I'm clickbaiting tomorrow, but that to me that may be the most anti-consumer thing I've seen a company do. If Microsoft did the same thing, I would say that at the time when they doubled the price of Xbox Live Gold, I'm like, that's really shitty. That's one of the worst things, and they reversed it not even 24 hours later. Holy shit. What the fuck is Sony thinking, man? God damn. Anyway. Thank you for that news. That's a pretty big fucking deal. Holy shit, there's already 500 people here. God, man, I'm so popular. Yeah, right. There's like Dr. Disrespect has like 500 people fucking waiting for it before he even clicks stream. Let's see if I can talk today and not have a word sound like I'm saying something else. Hello there. My granny said hi in a dream. I am the saltiness that tickles relaxed birds. So you're going to get
the delicious salt
breasts. I just peed in my basement.
You know that's going to make Jeremy fucking stew. That should have been there ages ago. Hey, Rich, about your video on IMO and using Mr. Beast video, did I understand correctly you used Mr. Beast video for... It was like... He had like a still of Mr. It was a really weird. It was basically the video had zero fucking content to it. Like I had the only other evidence I could find of that video, because I did kind of want to see it to know what I was talking about. So I looked around. There was like some 9-year-old. He actually was making very valid, mature points. Like Cole, like he was like the 9-year-old was like, what a bastard! How dare you do this? Someone just passed away, and you're just totally making algorithm fodder. I'm like, damn, you're a smart kid. But like, it was like weird. It was showing Minecraft fucking footage, and it was obviously just straight up clickbait. It wasn't like someone look, I've had my videos monetized where I talked about the Technoblade NFT, and the video today was monetized. But that's a totally different ball field, at least in my opinion, than someone making 20 videos purposely to be algorithm fodder to make sure everyone that's looking for something on Technoblade goes to their 20 videos that use an automated voice or text-to-speech shit. You know? Oh my God. What is going on now? Why are they doing this? What is Sony doing? Physical media for the win. Also, Sony can relax their anus. Yeah, but dude, okay. With the movies, you're right. You got me on that one. With movies, they would be safe if you had like a 4K Blu-ray, okay? But the games, it doesn't mean shit either. The disc is just a placeholder. Like, I always bring up, I think it was Assassin's Creed Valhalla and some other Ubisoft games on Xbox consoles only was a gigabyte on the disc. You had to download the rest of it. So, What's up, Quinn? No, it won't be a blow up because the Democrats are fucking useless. I was just answering it. You, Linus, I was literally in the middle of answering your super chat. Physical media for the win. Also, so you see Mudor's video about Brasso who clickbaited Techno and then faked their donation to try and deflect. As a cancer survivor, I'm sick of this. It's disgusting, dude. I don't want to. So I'm going to take this down for my notes, too. Jesus Christ. Tomorrow's going to be an anti-Sony day, which is... it is what it is. Oh, God. Sony. Why do you put me in this position that people have to say that? Well, then people said I was an Xbox fanboy just a few days ago, so... Yeah, I agree with you, Spider. Because it's getting even fucking weirder. It's getting even weirder. And then Tucker Carlson, maybe we'll cover that tonight, again, was blaming stuff on... He was blaming, like, what happened at the 4th of July in... Where was it? That fucking weirdo that... He dressed up as a woman. Did you hear that shit? He dressed up as a woman so he could hide who he was. Did you see the Clerks 3 trailer? I did not. I saw a still. Highland Park near Chicago. Yeah, he dressed up like a woman so no one could find him. Happy birthday, Blue Inferno. The quartering stream still feels like a fever dream. I am Linus Nipple Tips. I actually didn't miss the super chat, but I'm sorry, man. Thank you. Yes, it has a release date November 9th, I believe. I missed your other super chat. How did I miss your other super chat? I don't even know. No, I actually answered. You were one of the first ones I answered. I talked about, yeah. He's like Ben Shapiro. He's the stupid person, smart person. You sent me a chiropractor fart video. Yo, yeah, dude. I don't know, man. You know what I feel like is the internet. Like we've had all this hate, we've had all this ignorance, we've had this insanity in the country. It's just like the internet just pulled the fucking scab off the festering wound that was under it. Like these problems were there, but they weren't as in our face because we didn't get the information as fast, you know? That's what I really think it is. Xbox is going to get rid of Xbox 360 games on Game Pass. Not Game Pass, Games with Gold. Not Game Pass. Games with Gold. I'm pretty sure that's what I read. I hope you win the Xbox giveaway. Well, Donald Trump's, if you're a subscriber here and you leave a comment on the stream I have in the community tab, your chance is just as good as the 69,000 plus other people that are here. Good luck to you. Felix Mentaligo, thank you for becoming a member. What are we at with members, by the way? What are we at with members? How am I missing super chats already? I'm not seeing anything from you here, Solid Crusader, and I have looked through the entire... Yeah, it's nothing there, bro. I'm not trying to dodge what you said. I just don't see it. Solid Crusader. It's not in my list. So I think it's Games with Gold. I believe the new God of War is going to be a download, even if you get a box set. By the way, the video I tweeted you, monster thing. Okay, Crave. Rich, you missed my super chat from 1989.
Breasts.
Oh, man. Too black. Yeah. It's too black. And dude, he has like no, then he's sitting there with the two muscular black guys and he has his actual dad, which is definitely his actual dad. Is sitting there like it looks like a load is blowing on. It's like, what? How do you look at that guy and just be like, this man speaks the truth? When Like, he's so shady that a right-wing literal fascist website that had fascism in its original name wouldn't even be like, yeah, your article has no credibility, but we're not just going to let you say people are pedophiles because your ego was bruised. That's insane. That's insane. Oh, my God. Anyway, so it's time for the Jordan Peterson man experience. You know,
Breasts.
he lost his mind because basically he mocked Elliot Page and said that the person, the surgeon that did the mastectomy was a butcher. I think that was close to what the tweet said about him. Yes, yes, I did see your super chat about God of War, and I actually put it down for my videos for tomorrow, and I actually answered you before too. Like, and the thing is, his takes are just so insane. I don't understand how people look at this guy and be like, yeah, what he's saying makes sense, but, you know, whatever. Anyway, let's have some fun with Captain Cry a Lot. So yeah, tomorrow's going to be an anti-Sony day. And it is what it is, man. I'm the news messenger. I am the news regurgitator.
There's Pete in my basement.
I have been a proud Club Penguin member since 2007, and for this sentence I am banned. They say the words that led to my ban in the ban message, but it doesn't make any sense.
Then it's going to be 2016 all over again. I can't believe.
Just to break things up, we have on the only person who misspeaks more often than me. The foot and mouth king himself.
Vosh is a hairy man, huh?
Jordan.
He's like intro guy.
Jameson Peterson.
Actually, I kind of do too.
There he is. Looking very...
With multi-angles. Like, yo, he's like, yo, I got banned on Twitter. Come on, let's capitalize on this. Get the multi-angle cameras out. Call up Scorsese. Let's cry about it. Cosmic Productions, thank you very much. I would get this. Dude, I was just playing a Steam Deck today. I was playing, you know what's a really good game to play in there? Warhammer 40,000 Space Marine. I think that's the name. It's an old game. It's from the 7th gen, but it's really fucking good. I forgot how good that was.
Very goofy in this shot, I might add. So, my Oomphy on Twitter,
Breasts.
he got... Okay. Can I even find the damn tweet? No, because it got deleted. Basically... So Jordan Peterson,
and it runs. It's not actually deck verified, but it runs perfect. The controls are perfect. Runs. I mean, it should. It's 7th gen game, but it runs maxed out. Stays at a consistent 60 no matter what's going on the screen. It's still, to me, everyone's like, oh, it's not like Gears of War. I'm like, I'm now playing a few hours in. It still kind of feels like Gears of War, except maybe even better controls. No, Michael Cortez. Yes, we'll go there. We'll go there after this. Crap Gamer's new video. Cosmic Productions. So, Superstar, I would get it. Everyone thought I was just kind of crying in that video, complaining about the Switch. Like, yeah, look, I'm more of a third-party guy. Where is my phone, just in case I need it for something? Where's my phone? Where the fuck is my phone? Really? Motherfucker? What the fuck did I do with my phone? Oh, it fell on the floor. Don't know why, but it did. Good thing I didn't run it over. Jordan's Kermit the Frog here, and...
Breasts.
His daughter is kind of hot, though. I'm not going to lie.
who ever since his brain damage
Good thing I accidentally thought about looking, because I would have read it over. My fat ass would have split that phone in two, even in a case.
worsened with the last stunt.
Yes, I have Jordan Peterson as a sample saying breasts.
Breasts.
And I now have Jeremy Hambley saying...
There's Pete in my basement.
Has gotten more vindictive on Twitter. He threw out this banger of a tweet. Remember when pride was a sin? And Ellen Page just had her breast removed by a criminal physician. And it
Why is Elliot Page, who chose to have their breasts being taken off, like the doctor didn't tie him down and go, "I'm taking those titties." Oh, what's up, hero? Can I be a mod? Yes, because you've been here for a very long time. Someone super chatted yesterday. I don't do the... I used to do a thing, oh, if you become a member, I'll make you a mod. No. I've learned from that mistake. Jordan Arc, yes. Like we have
Cucumbers.
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 Peterson is thoroughly tickled. He's more like
Breastfeed it. Breastfeed it. Breastfeed it.
Breasts.
Dude, I should just make a song with all of those samples, like a not early 90s hip-hop sounding song. And then
it's a link to an article where Elliot Page says like he's proud of a show that he did or something. It's literally Elliot Page saying something like, "I'm proud to have worked with people on this thing. Remember when pride was a sin? And Elliot Page just had her breath, blah blah blah." So like it's like,
I hope to God he does not get another. We just, I don't know. Look how much damage. Oh, it was just 4 years. And I wanted to give Trump a I wasn't crying in a corner like the other fucking dorks. I was like, all right, let's see what happens. It's not like Hillary was any great shakes. She still isn't great shakes, but he was fucking awful, and he packed the court with a fucking bunch of right-wing zealots. Going back to like the 1950s because of one term of a bad fucking president. Not that she would have been great. She wouldn't. I hated her too. But we wouldn't have had these problems. And believe me, I think Hillary's a piece of shit. I assure you.
Mad Libs. Like it's not only is it stupid, it's deranged and unrelated. And he did set this.
I don't understand why people are so concerned about what other people do with their bodies.
Tweets have only people he follows.
Like, I'm telling you, remember that they had the plus size model who was, I thought, hot as hell, and he was like, "Oh, that's not attractive." I'm like, dude, get the fuck. She sat on your face. He would look like a naked Q-tip with a fucking erection. Get out of here. That's just not beautiful. Coming from him. Coming from that guy. That's like me being trying to be the arbiter of what beauty is. Get the fuck out of here.
Was able to reply. So I replied, and I made fun of him.
What's the
And
matter,
then
Danny?
later
Talk
the
to me.
tweet got reported into oblivion. And now he's suspended off Twitter, and now he's turning his suspension from Twitter into his own personal
Because that's part of the grift.
Joker moment, Really prominent philosophy.
Well, good. You don't... Good. I find her attractive. Fat isn't attractive to you. I like thick and curvy. I like... I'll let Jordan say it for me.
Breasts.
Not that slender women don't have them, but...
Stuff right here. Really, really high tier, intellectual, collegiate professor.
Like, he put on a whole fucking pinstripe suit. To cry. I'm going to complain about being suspended on Twitter because that's the marketing. Hi, I'm an intellectual. Look at my pinstripe. Get the fuck out of here. You were such a clown. That you look like you're sucking on a lemon right now.
Behavior right here. Had a brain melt, got mad on Twitter, got banned for it.
Yeah, they don't get it, dude, because part of it is upbringing and projection, and some both. It's exactly what it is. It's like, oh, my parents told me that, you know, being gay or transgender or whatever is wrong, so I have to honor thy mother and father, which, no, you don't. Or, like I said, a lot of them, because of their upbringing, maybe they're closeted because they were shamed to think it's bad, and now they're brainwashed into thinking these urges that they have are really wrong. So they become pieces of shit, essentially. Like, why else would you care? Why would you care? Ellen Page felt she was a man her whole life and transitioned into a man and chose to have their breasts removed. Rubber birth removed. I'm going to fuck up words again today. Like, dude, they're not... Like, no one's going to break into your house in the middle of the night, Jordan, and, like, rip your dick off in your sleep. You're fine, dude. Ellen Page, who is now Elliot Page, chose to have that surgery. The surgeon is not a criminal. You have to do this.
Try to relax your anus.
But he won't, because it's his grift. And then they say stupid shit that they know that it will get them in trouble. And then they have a 37 camera angle video crying about it.
This is why I left the left. Yeah, he's been hired by the Daily Wire. The Daily Wire is huge. It is a
Oh God, that explains everything. Tucker Carlson was probably behind the camera filming this.
a huge thing. Anyway, let's give him a look, you know? Jordan Peterson,
Breasts.
intellectual of an era. Let's see. Surely his arguments can't be defeated by a painkiller-addled, sleep-deprived sociology baccalaureate.
A few days ago, I penned an irritated tweet in response to one of the latest happenings on the increasingly heated culture war front. In response to the decision of an...
The happening was that Elliot Page said that he was proud to do a thing. It wasn't a response to anything in particular. Nothing really happened. He just kind of...
Yeah, he was just talking about a movie they were in, right? That was it. And he comes out and he's just like, blah, 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 blah.
Breasts.
Thanks, Jordan. No one gives a shit. Lion Ted. Well, Lion Ted is... Sleepy Joe is sleepy. Hillary, man. He's right about all three of those sayings. But he's a piece of... They're all... dude, we're fucked. If it is Clinton and Trump in 2024, man, yo, I don't know. I'm moving to the Arctic. I'm going to live in Igloo with my kids.
actor named Elliot Page.
Oh, stop. I watched a couple of Elliot Page's movies when she was Ellen Page. I can now refer to her as a he and remember the name. Shut the fuck up. There is exceptions, like I say Chris Chan, because I literally always will remember Chris Chan from his Boyfriend Free Girl video. But you're not even good at acting. Like, you knew that Elliot Page's name was Elliot Page. Oh, Elliot. Excellent, like, community college theater acting there, Captain.
Breasts.
Page. I am employing this awkward and impossible naming style because it is now apparent.
Why is it impossible? Rich, can you rub your anus hair on my face like a true man? Like he, in his dream, touched his grandmother's pubic hair and it was soft like a brush? Even, like, you know that, okay, he could also be insane, but it's marketing. Like, obviously people are going to spread that around and tweet about it. Like, holy shit, this guy is making, in an audiobook, he had a dream about his grandmother's pubic hair. But either way, like, even if that's like totally make believe and he didn't have that dream, it makes it arguably even creepier. Oh, by the way, protein shit. Oh yeah, protein will make it, and it smells terrible, your shits too. Dupless, you are a mod.
Breasts.
apparently mandatory and probably doing it wrong nonetheless.
What?
Like, why is he making like a presidential statement about the fact that he got suspended on Twitter? Is it really that? But yeah, he's working for the Daily Wire, and this is what they do. This is exactly what Tucker Carlson does this every day.
It's impossible to call. It's a name. You just choose names. You can't. Okay, the people who will the conservatives who will do the whole like you can't gender a trans woman.
Well, watch where he goes with this too. He's like, I would die before I agree to take down the tweet. Like, dude, it's a fucking tweet. You're not taking down the fucking Berlin Wall, champ. It's a tweet. It was a hateful tweet. That was totally unnecessary because Elliot Page was talking about a movie they were working on. Like, get over it. Watch, he says it. He literally says it. Oh my god, but that's the thing. They're martyrs. They all do the same with the fucking Captain Grifter.
There's Pete in my basement.
I'm sure he'll do something stupid. Like, Jeremy, I'm not flagging any of your dumbass fucking videos. Just like I didn't flag Quantum, okay? But he's eventually going to shoot himself in the foot, and then he's going to cry, and then he's going to make it, oh, look what they're doing. They're trying to silence me. Yeah, how dare they try to silence someone that's talked about Hitler's Nobel Peace Prize like that's the only thing he did, and on top of you try to submit articles to a fascist fucking newspaper that literally had fascism in the title in the beginning, the website. Yeah, how dare they try to silence you? You fucking carroting. But he'll do the same thing. Quantum on a smaller level, even with his devout small following, he would have did the same thing. It's the same playbook. It doesn't matter if it's him or it doesn't matter if it's Captain Breastfeeding. It's the same fucking playbook.
Or that's a biological impossibility. Like, that's okay. But the people who are like, you can't call trans people by their preferred names, it's a name. You just name people.
El Miko, people, unless the name is written, of course, also almost every actor changes their name. That is true too. But it's all marketing, dude. They don't care how much toxicity they're putting in society and how bad this is to push this narrative. They don't care. They're profiting. Who cares if like fascism is going to take over and American society is going to collapse? He's making bank. That's all that matters to him. And him and his daughter are making millions and eating nothing but elk meat with Joe Rogan.
Things. There's no such thing as a biological name. You just choose
seriously.
names. That's where all names come from. They're just chosen arbitrarily. It's not you. It's
Well, I already showed that. I know Google. It's super short, so I may show it again because I know Google Fish wanted to hear my reaction to him talking about his grandmother's fucking pubic hair. Dude, Jordan is the great grandfather of Quantum TV. Six anus, Jesus.
Try to relax your anus.
There's Pete in my basement.
Day off, had a nap. I actually took a nap, the other time I took a nap was a few days before. I don't take naps often. I take like a couple naps a year. But that was because I was at a family member's funeral. I had some alcohol. But I just actually kind of took a nap the other day, and it sucked. I hate naps. You know why? Because they always make me just feel off. And then I'm not tired, but I'm not awake. Like, I can't go to sleep till 4 in the morning, but I'm not, like, I just feel
this impossible naming scheme, Ellen and Ellie. I don't. Am I doing this right? Like, you know. Again, like, obviously he acts in bad faith all the time, but he is just brain damaged enough that it's actually difficult to tell. Should I? Okay, if I'm just...
He had a bad benzo addiction, didn't he? Like, he wasn't just taking it with a dog. He got addicted, didn't he?
Just making fun of him. This is going to get tiring because he's a very, very funny guy. Should I address this to JP fans? I think I will. Okay, moving. Hey, hello, Jordan Peterson fans who angrily came to this future video segment to dislike it and watch me to...
You're napping as you're typing to me? You're type napping?
Think about how you're smarter than me because you're...
Yeah, naps give me headaches sometimes too. I agree.
It's cleaner than mine, which it's not. I did the laundry yesterday. Get owned. Let's watch.
As you're doing it wrong is the whole point of what is being made mandatory. But also, I'm trying to make a point. I've essentially been banned from Twitter.
He even put like makeup on, didn't he? It looks like he has makeup on too. Like, dude, you got banned on Twitter. He's doing like a, it's like he's in the Oval Office, dude. You got fucking banned on Twitter. I cannot believe, but again, I know what it's about. It's about the marketing and people who love the Daily Wire and love him eat this up. But like and it's not me being partisan. If someone on the left did this, I would roast the fuck out of them too. Like, okay, you got banned on Twitter. Whoop-de-fucking-do.
Twitter as a consequence. I say
Like, Vosh wouldn't, but if Vosh did this, I'd roast him.
banned, although technically I have been suspended. But the suspension will not be lifted unless I delete the hateful tweet in question, and I would rather die than do that.
I'd rather die. You're such a hero, Jordan. You're such a, you don't delete that tweet. You're such an alpha Chad.
Breasts.
God, dude. This is what Jordan Peterson looks like. Anything he encounters something that he doesn't fully understand. It's absolutely astonishing. It's phenomenal, you know? I actually feel like, because this has always been his thing, right? Like, even back when he got popular in 2016, when he lied about the Bill C-16 shit in Canada, he was like, I will be dragged away by professors and shot in the back of the head. My entire family will be to death and buried in mass graves, but I would rather bear this burden than suffer the indignity of calling he, she, trans, male, she, you know? And then, like, nothing happened, nobody got arrested, and it was all made up. I feel like JP's main thing from now on, I feel like it should just be him, like, building elaborate masochistic saw contraptions that he'll threaten to employ on himself if anything happens. You know what I mean? Like, somebody opens, like, a bistro in his neighborhood with the progressive pride flag hanging on it, and he spends 6 weeks building, like, a saw that will lower if he pulls this lever, and he's sitting there in, like, an empty room with blackness behind him. I'll do it! I would...
Yo, it's like, what was it, Newsmax or OAN? It was like, there was some really gorgeous blonde, but she was freaking the fuck out because there was a pride flag up in her neighborhood. Like, seriously? Who, like...
I would rather lose this arm than live in this neighborhood where the tyrannical reign of progressive ideology, you know, it's just...
But is it that he needs help, or is it that the fact he just found where he found a huge vein of revenue? He struck grift oil. That's exactly what I really think it is. I'm not saying he hasn't had struggles. I'm not trying to downplay addiction. You know what I mean? But he knows where his grifting bread is buttered.
And he keeps that going. Like, he just makes like 40 videos of that, you know, like variations on that, until a new thing happens and he like scrambles to build some kind of new contraption, you know, like some kind of wind tunnel where bits of debris get blown through it and lacerate him to death or something. I don't fucking know. It's good though. I really like this bit.
Tickled man motorboat.
You're supposed to appeal to JP fans. Ah, that's right. I forgot. Okay,
I am
sorry. We're appealing
thoroughly
to JP fans.
tickled.
And hopefully it will not come to that, although who the hell knows in these increased...
Video recorded with phone, portrait mode instead of landscape mode. It's his hand shaking. He has a gun pressed to his temple. He rotates to turn the camera's the view, and you see that he's standing right in front of a gender-neutral bathroom. Tears are streaming down his face. I'm sorry. It's just very funny. Okay. Arguments. We're okay. Appealing to fans. I'm sorry.
increasingly strange days. What was it that I said?
Benzo Kermit is very sensitive these days. It's so Kermit. He does sound like Kermit the Frog. The Benzo thing's a little fucked up, but it's still funny. Can you reach out to Kamala as he is feeling a bit out of sorts during his move? Rich, you are the man with birds. All right, I'll reach out to him, yeah. I'm gender fluid, and these people scare me to death to the point I don't know if I could be who I am. Going out as femme can spike my anxiety so badly these days. Yeah, especially that he's just sitting there and, like, it wasn't even that Elliot Page was saying anything about their gender. He just decided to shoehorn himself in and make it. But that's what they do. They poke the hornet's nest. They know it's going to push like TOS. They get banned. Then they set up 30 cameras, and him and Tucker Carlson both have erections because they're like, money, we could cry about this. And power and political clout. Oh, they get everything.
Caused such a fuss. And that fuss
Breasts.
is just beginning.
Uh-huh.
And even more importantly and complexly, what exactly was it that I said that resulted in a ban? Here's the tweet in question.
Oh,
Remember
sorry.
when pride was a sin? And Ellen Page just had her breasts removed by a criminal physician.
So you're saying that pride should be a sin again? Gee, I have no idea. Like, even if you get rid of the Ellen Page just had her breasts removed by a criminal physician, which is also very fucking bad, you're basically saying that people that are the LGBTQ community should be ashamed and it should be a sin. Yeah, you absolutely should have been banned, you fucking clown. Or DSP blabs.
Well, I think misgendering someone is actually a special category of Twitter TOS now. So that would be it, right? Yeah. So I guess there you go, right? Yeah. Also, this is suggesting that getting top surgery is a criminal act, which is pretty psychotic.
Then a link to a story that detailed out the happenings. The response from Twitter, quote,
Ooh, there's an interesting one. Is that really Dads Against Predators?
violating our rules against hateful conduct. You may not promote violence against, threaten, or harass other people on the basis.
Yeah, I find it funny that, like, they went to, like, the multiple camera angles. He has, like, 7 pounds of makeup on and all the, but they couldn't get the audio right. Did Quantum TV do the fucking audio?
Of race,
Keep talking to
ethnicity,
me like
national
this.
origin, sexual orientation,
Jeez.
gender identity, religious affiliation, age, disability, or serious disease. By clicking delete, you acknowledge that your tweet violated the Twitter rules. Delete.
Uh-huh.
If you think we've made a mistake, submit an appeal to us.
Isn't this like basically a satire of how conservatives behave already? Like, this is literally like, this is the most basic and obvious Twitter ban of all time. Any other account would have been just flat out deleted, but his got a suspension until he deletes the tweet. You know? It's like this, I know this video is going to be full of chest puffing about how society is falling apart because violating the TOS on a website can lead to you having to delete the TOS violating thing.
And all he had to do was delete the tweet. That's all he had to do was delete the fucking tweet. It's not a... Like, I kind of stand by a good majority of my salt with the permanent warning that's now on my main YouTube channel. I know I said that video where YouTube should apologize to me. Did I actually think they were going to? No, of course not. But that's like a permanent mark on my channel now. Dude, all you got to do, if they told me that I could just like delete a video, all right, I don't agree with the fact that the video was flagged to begin with, but fine. Like, all you got to do is delete it and the problem goes away. It's a private website, dude. It's not that your First Amendment rights are being taken away. And we have MILF Hunter 69 in Vosh's chat right now. Holy hell, dude looks and acts like the final form of Dennis Reynolds from Always Sunny in Philadelphia. He's just a fucking whiner, man.
But the tone that he's taking with it is so fucking self-serious that it actually borders on, like, ironic meta-commentary, you know? Like
I wonder if he actually gives a shit. Or he's just pretending to give a shit because... Yeah, dude, he'd rather die than delete a tweet. But dude, it's all an act. Ratio, Steven Crowder, since you are this far, what do you mean?
some kind of strange modern Tim and Eric skit. Or like the
Yes.
Tim Heidecker stuff where he makes fun of Joe Rogan, except this is the bit where he gets canceled. And the cancellation is like someone at a protest yelled at him and said, "Stop being a bigot." And he's going to turn that into like the forefront of the Fourth Reich or something. Like he's going to use that
Yeah, it's coming out this year, which is great.
energy. Oh, yeah, he'll.
But speaking of the problems with digital distribution, we got two bangers tomorrow. Movies that you purchased on the PlayStation Store, like films, you're no longer going to have access to. I believe, what is it, Austria? German and Austrian websites. And the boxed versions of God of War Ragnarok are not going to include a disc, from what I'm hearing. I have to check.
He'll probably delete the tweet, or like Twitter will back off soon enough, and he'll go back on Twitter and call.
Well, that makes it even more fucked up, Willie Mac, if he actually... Is that a fart? If he actually gives a shit about it. It's just crazy.
Fat woman ugly or something.
Please note that should you do so, your account will remain locked while we review your appeal. Let's take this apart. First,
Not that.
Let's take it apart. Your tweet violates their terms of service. If you delete the tweet, you have access to your account again. What are we taking apart?
Complicated.
it is clearly the case that I did not
Technologic, thank you very
promote
much.
violence against or threaten anyone with my missive. So that leaves the
I think you could make a pretty strong argument that claiming it's criminal to provide top surgery to trans men is a kind of implicit threat of violence. I don't think that's why the tweet got deleted. It's because of the misgendering. That's the reason why. But I think you can make that argument, yeah. It's the same thing that
Is it? No, come on. Tony Hamilton.
anti-choice activists have been doing for decades.
the arguably lesser sin of harass. Let's assume, since I wasn't informed, that that was the crime. And further, harassment on the basis of so-called gender identity, since Twitter did not do me the favor of actually...
I gotta take a dump. I was hoping the fart was gonna hold that back, but
specifying my crime, and there are many possibilities on that
do I?
front. We unfortunately have to guess at why this has occurred, and that's actually a big problem in and of itself, and also indicative
God.
of the utter carelessness of the Twitter organization with regard to the propriety of its own censorial actions.
Aren't they supposed to be all the tough guys that get woke, go broke? And you're sitting here, and it's not even like they said your account suspended. You all you have to do is delete a nasty, hateful tweet. That's all you gotta fucking do. I do have to take a dump here.
breasts,
That's all you gotta do. He does sound like Kermit the Frog.
We're following breaking news tonight in the January 6th investigation. The Washington Post reports that the Justice
Ocarina of Time was released on a Nintendo 64 in 1990.
I am so tired of being told that. During one of my streams a while ago, someone asked me if I could get Riley Reid to come on the podcast, to talk about wieners, vaginas, pussies, and RuneScape, just the normal type of porn talk on the. During one of my streams a while ago, someone asked me if I could get Riley. During one of my streams a while ago, someone asked me if I could get Riley Reid to come on the podcast, to talk about wieners, vaginas, pussies, and RuneScape, just the normal type of porn talk on the podcast. And I responded saying, I don't think Riley Reid would ever want to do that because she doesn't like me personally. And that led to me telling the story of the beef between Riley Reid and myself. Beef being the wrong word, but for lack of a better term, the bad blood between us. Although this was a while ago, so I'm sure she probably doesn't remember or just doesn't care anymore. But now, ever since I told that story on a stream, people are constantly asking me during streams to tell the story again. And it's kind of cute, kind of like, you know, a kid asking their grandfather who fought in Vietnam to tell them war stories that they've heard a million times from him, except in my case, the only war I fought was on the shores of Riley Reid's butthole. So I figured I'd make a video dedicated to telling the story. So it all started when I made a video about Riley Reid's abominable rap, which remains today one of the worst raps I've ever heard. Now, there's definitely a lot worse raps on YouTube from small channels with like 30 views, maybe from like Old Pop Hickey Yokel's Barnyard rap ballad about cunnilingus on his animals and making love to his sister, or maybe a chemistry professor's educational rap that's just fucking horrible. But those aren't fully produced raps. Those are all very amateur attempts at it, so I don't really count those as actual raps. Riley Reid had a team behind her and fully produced, so it was a genuine attempt at it, and it was fucking horrible. The worst I'd heard in that department. So I stand by that. I stand by that analysis. On the moist meter, that'd be a 5%. Now, when I published the video, I was made aware she wasn't too happy with my critique of her song here. And I can understand why, because it's clear she put a lot of heart and soul in that. There was inspired lyrics in there, such as, "Spit stringing from my mouth, let you fuck my face, good nutritious nut." And who could forget when she really takes it home with, "Jerk it out, jerk it out, jerk it out, beat it out, beat it out, beat it out, jerk it out, jerk it out, beat it out, jerk it out." So I can understand when I insulted her magnum opus of music, that she wasn't too happy with that. And that's when it really started, when I made that video. So she didn't like that I made that, she didn't like me, and then about 2 or 3 months after that, I went on her Twitter page, just browsing and perusing, learning more than anything. Well, honestly, I was just looking for titties, for lack of a better cover story. I went through a lot of different porn stars' pages just to see what productions they were taking part in, really. But while on Riley Reid's, I noticed she had retweeted some fan art. And let me tell you what, that fan art, bingo, bango, bongo, that's the epitome of fan art right there. What it was a crayon drawing of Riley Reid spreading her ass cheeks apart and just having her brown balloon nut winking at the camera. It was fucking beautiful. And I saw this, and I made a tweet about it. It was a very vague tweet. I didn't say what porn star. All I said was, haha, I just saw, porn star's fan art with her gaping asshole in crayon. It was great. And then I guess people found it and told the artist that I said that. And then the artist called me an asshole, and then Riley Reid retweeted that saying I'm an asshole. So then they were just double teaming me. And, it all stemmed because, I mean, come on, it's a crayon drawing of a porn star's asshole. How's that not entertaining? I don't want to show the fan art, but instead I took it upon myself to try and doodle it myself. I did 2 attempts here, neither one of them really capture it. This was my first attempt. It doesn't really convey what it looked like. This looks more like a God of War enemy. So then I tried again, and this one just kind of looks like a Wallace and Gromit character doing some naughty shit. This isn't what the fan art looked like. It definitely looked a lot better than this, and I went on the artist's page, and she's talented. But this particular piece, I had a giggle about. Come on. You got a porn star spreading her fucking chocolate starfish, and you're doing it in crayon? That's great. That's gonna put a smile on anyone's face. And to be totally honest, as far as crayon drawings of porn stars spreading their fudge cutters go, this is probably the best it can ever get. It was really well done. I could see where the asshole was. I could see the butthole clearly. There was even some labia draping down like some beef curtains. And the pose was really well conveyed. Like you could see the stretching of the ass cheeks, pulling it apart and seeing what's between them. it was really well done. They had a side by side, so you could see what the pose was not in crayon, and then in crayon, really well translated. But I honestly don't know why they both got so offended about me
Why are you shaking that container?
I'm making a milkshake.
Do you have to shake it so hard?
Well, I think so. Sometimes I haven't shaken containers hard enough, and the milkshakes haven't been good.
I see.
For example, the last time I did it, the milkshake was good because I shook it hard. But the time before, it wasn't good because I didn't shake it hard enough.
It's cold in here. Would you shut the door, please?
Okay. I've shut it.
Thanks. I shut it earlier, but somebody opened it.
Help!
What's the matter?
I'm hanging from the roof.
Why?
Don't ask stupid questions. Come here. I've hung for almost half a minute. Bring me a ladder, quick.
Arby's half pound.